Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just a good morning. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Just kidding. I'm going to put you here because I got to do a couple of things. Look at those puppies. Oh, look at, there's my husband. There's husband. Searching the wood pile for wood. Excuse me. Tis Michael. Tis Michael. Hello, Mitt. How are you today? I sent out for my hard copy of the purple book, the Mevlana Chaladan Rumi book, the knowledge book. Hee, husband. Baron, why aren't you outside? I'm doing really good. I'm doing good. Could you put Baron out, please? Thank you. I see you stacking wood. I was recording you. What's the greatest tidbit of knowledge for today, Michael?
Greatest tidbit of knowledge. Before awakening, chop wood. After awakening, chop wood. I'm well. I called out of work today because Jackie is still a little sick. He got sick over the weekend. Got a really bad fever. And that only makes sense because, listen, if we're not like eating good for us, you know what I mean? Because last week was Valentine's Day. Mevlana, exactly. Yes, or last week was Valentine's Day, and so the kids had a huge, ridiculous amount of sugar in their existence. It's just no bueno. I'll be right back. Come on, Barry, let's go get on your line. Come on, here. Okay, hello. Let's see. Why Mevlana? I don't know. Hello, Hippocrates. What is it? Hippocrates. I believe it's a play on Socrates, correct? Hippocrates. There are other people too. Who are the other people in in the like about the knowledge book. Like I know there's Mustafa, right? Who else? I am in alignment with a single focal point. That's what I want. Hippocrates. Thank you. I just feel inside of me that it really is the next level. I think we're ready. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to break the matrix. What do you mean Turks owe 500 years? What does that even mean? Hello, Zell. Welcome into the live. How are we doing today? What's on our minds? What's not on our minds? What's on our hearts? What's not on our hearts? I'm actually kind of glad that, well, I think that's bad to say. I was kind of not really wanting to go to work today anyways, because Mondays are kind of the day that I like clean the house, do laundry, make a long live, do those kind of things. So being Jack still has a fever, kind of a little bit of a blessing, right? A little bit of blessing. Michael is starting to drink smoothies with me, so we bought a bunch of bananas. I got to freeze them. Mustafa. Who? I don't know. It's in the book. Turks rule over Balkan over 500 years. Okay. Well, guess what? We are walking into the new age where people won't rule over people at all. It won't be a thing anymore. Well, not like what we've seen thus far in our existence, at least. Maybe I should say that. Because they might perhaps still rule, but they'll rule with love, with kindness, with understanding. Kind of like David, Solomon. It's not really going to work at all. Okay. Hold on one second. I have to maneuver my freezer. Hold on. A lot going on over here. Okay. I have to tell you, this is why women rule the roost and not men. Pickles, it's just not going to fit. Well, you're just going to have to be hugging up against the top there, sir. Let's see. That's why we have Muslim and Balkan. Okay, how was your church on Sunday? I don't go to church. I am the church, but Sunday church was delicious. Very much. Oh, for smoothies, Edith. Smoothies. Okay, I'm going to put these dishes away, and then I'm going to sit down with you. Right? Before awakening, chop wood. After awakening, chop wood. Oh, I'm ready. The people who came and seen the house on Friday, I think it was, are entering in an offer for the house today. So I envision that they offer us $389,000. It's a good number. It's a good number. $389,000, because they're gonna put some money into it and flip it and sell it for $700. So the benefit is theirs, and that's cool. I'm down for that. Matter of fact, 777. I've seen that. Actually, I've seen 770, but whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Life is 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 good. Hey, don't get stuck in there. It's getting stuck. Stop it. Don't play with me, forks. All right, my friends. All right. All right. Come on, let's go hang out over here for a little minute. Let's see. Grape. My hippo. Okay. Well, hello. Hello, Jamin. Thanks. I am actually married, Adit. Yes, I am. I'd have to say I'm pretty healthy. I'd have to say that I'm the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. That's what I have to say. Ooh, my hands are freezing. I went and watched that movie again yesterday. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Such a good movie. So relevant to the times, you know? Relevant to the times. Well, hello, Obi. Hello. Hello, Abid. You know, I'm doing pretty good. Called out from work. I heard US is about to attack Iran. And so the end begins. Remember what it says? There'll be rumor of wars. Wars, yes. But have no fear, for you are the one who can change it all. Yeah. Truth, though, you are the one who can change it all. You are the one. You are the one. You are the one. You are the one. I am the one. We are the one. I am the one. I am the one. Oh, my foot is itching. Wow. Well, here's the thing, Abid. If you gonna die, you gonna die. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Like everything is already in motion. If it's really gonna happen, nobody's taking anybody anywhere. And it's okay. Because we've been here numerous times. And anybody who's gonna die, it's already predestined. Like they already knew that they was gonna die when they came into this existence. Thank you. I love my sweaters. Cute, eh? Let's got a little Nomeo on my boob. On a personal note, like on my own thought process, I believe war is coming to America. That's what I believe. I believe war is coming to America. Silly boys playing with toys in the worldly arena. I'm quite tired of it. I bet in the new age, in the Aquarian age, in the golden age, I bet you there's more women leaders than men. Men have too much ego. A bead, it don't matter how you die, brother. You're not going to care. Once you cross over, you're going to totally forget this world. You're going to totally forget this world and every single thing in it. So who cares? And guess what? Because of your comment, you're probably going to come back as a Jewish missile maker. Because God is funny. Creator gives you what you want. And Creator only reads frequency. So, what you sending out there, brother? When boundaries are challenged or crossed, saying salam and walking away is a refined boundary. Salam. Assalam. 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 Ew. That nut had a little bit of mold thing. Let's see. Men do have a lot of ego, but they are brave too. Yes. Yes. Women are brave though as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's all one, regardless in the end. It's tough to control being a man. What is there really to control being a man? Like if you break down the programming of what it is to be a man, what is it really to control? Because you're brave, because why? Because you're protecting humanity. Are we protecting humanity anymore? How could you protect humanity if you're fighting against other humanities? It's interesting. Abid, it's a thing. I'm sure tons of my ancestors died on a battlefield too. I bet you the majority of us on this planet have lots of people who have died on the battlefield. And for what? Please tell me. Why can't we just remember? Why can't we just remember who we are? And acknowledge the Most High that resides within us and stop warring amongst each other, amongst ourselves. Me hurting you only hurts me. I don't understand why that is so so discern my Ayurvedic constitution, right? Somebody in here, yes, exactly. Rand. Yes, human greed. It's interesting, isn't it? Why do we have it? Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly. I probably should have called the bus station because neither one of my children are being picked up today. So I figured out my Ayurvedic, I'm probably saying that wrong, Vedic constitution. It's Vata, Kapha with Pitta voice. Now, wholeheartedly, I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what that all means. So if anybody in here does, let me know. Let's do this. Haha, a bead. That's funny. Well, it's interesting because I think Adam and Eve are symbolic of the male and female energies, correct? And you know what I just recently learned? The female energy is actually in the dark, which makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. But all this journey, I have thought that feminine was in the white. But it's not. That's fine. I found that very interesting. So the symbolism of Adam and Eve is that they ate from the tree of knowledge between good and evil. To me, through my filter, that means that beforehand, when it was just male and female created, not labels, right? Adam and Eve, that we didn't know good or bad. It just was. Everything just was. So what if, because we say war is bad, that's the part that makes war bad? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like quantum physics where they say nothing can be that isn't seen first, or it's just, the whole thing is just really odd. There's a lot. And then at the end of life, or at the end of the day, at the end of the moment, at this very moment, nobody really knows anyways. So it's kind of like we're in the darkness. Although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, correct? I received a message yesterday I was like, okay, so I had the message that fulfillment on mission, right? Just I being here is the mission. That's it. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, well, so what now? Can I just like run away and hide on an island somewhere for the rest of my life? Message came through that said that would be like putting a light in a lighthouse on a sunny day. To be the light, you must have darkness. When there is no more darkness, there's no more necessity of being light other than you just are. It's quite interesting. Okay, let's see. Hello, Corey. Yes, love. Well, Corey, don't we have to? Isn't it our duty? If you really are centered in love, right, Christ, if you're told, jump, you're going to jump. And let's just be honest, sometimes that jumping is against the darker forces that are out there, right? Ephesians, we don't fight against flesh and blood. It's against dark whatever's in high places. It's a thing. It's a thing. So the discernment in your heart, that's your key. Well, who's your family though, Corey? Remember what Jesus said. Obi, I would love to know your take on what happened to Eve and the apple, what the apple actually was. Please do, because I have this really interesting learning that I just learned about Sophia and Baldabeth or whatever she created, and the aeons and the pleroma and all that. So yes, please. Well, let's see. Hi, White Girl Magic. Welcome back in. I remember your name. Race and IQ questions for brothers. Which parents' genes? Hey, you're learning me, right? That's what's going on. This is what you asked last time. Does the fruit matters or the command of God not to eat it? It's a very good question, Abid. What do you think, Corey? Do you think it's the fruit that matters? Or do you think, white girl, don't do that. Do you think, prostitute, that's funny. Kinda. Yes, white lives do matter. And so do brown lives, and so do black lives, and so does yellow lives, and so does fur baby lives, and so does everybody lives. It's the most goofiest thing. BLM is the most goofiest thing that had ever come out of anybody's mouths. I get the anger and I get the whatever behind it. I'm Puerto Rican. I was persecuted too. And I'm not saying me, but my heritage. So were the Chinese, so were the Japanese, so were the Native Americans, so were the Russians, so were the Germans, so were the Jews, so were the black people, so were the... What? Stop it. All lives matter. All lives matter. Hi, Com. So much love to you. Luna, I laughed when I wanted to cry. I stayed silent when I had so much to say. I held back my pain. I hid my sexual language. Oh, Luna. Yes. That is spiritual awakening in a nutshell. Welcome in, welcome in. Obi, I learned that the apple that the devil gave was temptation, and more than that, I can't talk about over here. Okay, really? You're a teaser. Shoot, hi, teaser. I'm just kidding. Hi, Flash. I'm not a grandma yet, unfortunately. It's always the internet to act. That's the primary... intent, sorry. It's always the intent to act. That's the primary focal point of growth into awakening. The intent to act. What do you mean the intent to act? Because really, I found that it's like non-action. Luna, I've been there. Yes, you're most welcome here. Hello, Peter Parker. Hello. But it was lust. Okay, hold on one second. The apple that the devil gave was temptation. So then that is like the fact that God said, don't touch that one. So temptation came into our existence. I don't know. That's what I'm talking about, white girl. It's intense. Or how they gave a bunch of black women syphilis or in jail, or black men or something. Like, they're creepy. There's some creepy agenda abiding, children eating parasites. And the only way we get rid of them is by saying, I do not consent, through love, not through anger, because anger begets what? More anger. Hi, Peter Parker. Oh, yes. Hi. I already said Peter Parker. We just talk. We just talk. You know, we're better together. We rise together. It's just a thing. Hi, Rush. Yes, we discuss life and what it is to live this life and how we're all different, which makes us all special in our own special way. My favorite way is that there's 8 billion of us out here trying to figure out what's going on when really none of us know what's going on. So it's quite imperative that we have these conversations together with like-minded people. I'm extremely high vibration, and there's a lot of people in the chat, or people that come into the live, that are high vibration. So it's a place to learn and feel safe. Yes. Ziwa, I was very beautiful, as I am very beautiful now. I was very asleep, though, when I was younger, you know what I mean? So I was way heavier, and I was kind of a snatch. Everything becomes a part of your story. Mistakes are actions led by temptation, causing the heart to be led by the intent of sin or separation from love. I mean, sin is the separation of love. Sin just merely means missing the mark. So, yeah, agreed. Yes, God is only love. Only love. Imagine that. Nothing else. Only love. You know, I like it when people reference, I'm from Washington in the United States of America. When people are like, oh, you support God, he's a killer of children, da, 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 right? Because the Old Testament has a lot of like murderous whatevers. But if you pay attention to the Old Testament, it shows that the people, oh, you decided to bring that out here? Thanks. Am I keeping that for the live, or are you just carrying it around? Keeping it for the live? Okay, cool. Jack has brought us the selenite, which means somebody requires it here. I forgot what I was saying though now, so I squirrel. It happens. Sin starts with mismanaged mindset. I can roll with that, Corey. Yes. Well, humans only, right? Humans have the capacity to love.
Guess how long humans have been living for? Guess when the first human was born?
I don't know. Let me see your tooth. Why is it black?
I don't know.
Can you come closer over here, please? I need to see what that is.
Can you answer
Without moving the table a bajillion amounts. I tell you all the time, it's not a stable table. Stable table. Yeah, keep covered. Let me see. Okay, well, it's going away, so we got to get those teethers out of there, okay? Because look, see how it's, you hear that? That means it's rubbing against the other tooth.
What's fire?
You have like black stuff around your teeth.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. That's weird. Not weird, but just different weird. I'll keep paying attention to it, okay? But we need to get those two out of there so we don't have crooked teeth. Entiendes, Mendes?
So, how much years ago did you think the first human was born?
I don't know. What do you think?
You have one
Please don't do
guess.
this again.
You have one guess.
Okay. First human. 23 billion years ago.
Earth wasn't alive then.
Oh. 23 million years ago.
No, 2 million.
2 million years ago. All right, go lay down. Alexa, play instrumental music. Go lay back down, please. I need you to be resting so you can get better for tomorrow. Take your card with you.
But I'm home.
Did you eat all your smoothie? Well, I will make the oatmeal soon, okay? Worldly love is lust for sure, lust for money and all. Let's see what y'all's were talking about. God is love. Life's been so exhausting lately. Okay, well, Peter Parker, I will offer you something, okay? Instead of saying, I'm gonna burn out mentally and physically, right? My body is learning how to stand strong in the chaotic world around me. Say things instead like that put a positive spin on it, because really, truly, you are the creator of your own existence, and the vibration that you send out is the vibration that you bring in. We can do it. It's latter days. I know nobody knows the time or the space, but Jesus also told us that by the fruits, right? The fruits of the world. They gave it, the Bible was a cheat code for the Matrix. The only love we can have is towards Almighty God. Yes? And where does God live? Thank you, Obi. Right. Anything outside of us is worldly. What does it say? It says God's a spirit. To worship God, you must be in the spirit. Where's your spirit? Well, by golly, George, it's inside of you. The essence of God, not God. Why you guys talk about God? We should talk about human. Well, tell me what you're talking about, Straight. What do you mean? Emergency exit, I believe you're trying to say. That movie, I told you, good luck, have fun, don't die. That's literally, I feel like, what's happening right now. Human is made in the image of God. Yes. Well, humans are made in the image of God. Said humans are made in our image. Let's make man in our image. Is religion relatable? When you remove man-created religion, yes, religion is relatable. Listen, we're all part of the tribes. We all got scattered. We all learn through our own focal points. It's all correct. Just what do you feel inside of yourself? A part in the Bible, it says at one point you're going to go away from what you've learned in the books, and you're going to actually start getting what you have learned and what knowledge is inside of you. Yes. Straight, I believe you. Human is the future. Yes. Yes. Okay, well, Straight, what do you feel like saving humanity? How do we do this to you? Flash, I will have a great day. Hi, Zeppy. Thank you. Yes, Corey, humanity is asleep in an indoctrinated program. Exactly. Zeppy, I love it. You're so amazing. Thank you, MTM. Why are we worried about human existence, Straight? You should go watch that movie, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I feel like you will resonate. Everything will be provided for, but we have to line up. We have to stop seeking for a savior outside of us. Jesus, the man, is not coming back to save you. Christ, the consciousness, is here, alive, and waiting for you to grasp the revelation of the mysteries of God. When are we going to do it? Well, God created man in our image. He doesn't say his, in my. He says our, which means two. Faith, it will end soon. I don't want to see that. I am being emotional. No, you're not being emotional. You're being authentic, Straight, and that is welcome here. And I actually want to hear more about your what you're thinking. So where was I reading? I was reading something that my husband gave me that he's found on Quora. And this person's faith base, right, his truth, said that there's multiple levels of existence, right? Like the flower of life. A bajillion Lindseys, not really Lindsay, but a bajillion eyes. But only one eye can have the spirit of source in it at the time. So all the other Lindseys, obviously, this is the one that Lindsay has the spirit in. All the other Lindseys are cardboard cutouts. They're NPCs. That makes sense to me when I think about this world, because sometimes I think, what the truck? Those people are acting like they literally don't have a spirit. And at first I was thinking, okay, they must just be asleep to what the spirit is inside of them, because we all have that spark, correct? Well, maybe we don't. By this guy's truth base, he was saying that some people are the avatar of such, but there's no controller spirit inside of that avatar. Or I've also heard another faith base where there's multiple avatars and your spirit is actually on a higher focal point, maneuvering all. Stop. There's so many options. And the thing is that we don't know. Humans is after you, don't know mutants. Talk to us straight. Oh, let's do medical science. Quran 42:11. There is nothing like unto God. Correct. According to the Quran, God is beyond humanity. Yes. If we really attained the knowledge of source, of God, of whatever it is, our brains would melt. It is too much information for this dense, what is it called? What is it? Materia matera or something like that. It's just too much. No, but the elitists, the parasites, the icky ones, right? They receive power by movies and music and shows and stuff like that we watch, unknowingly that they are harvesting our energetic loosh, our creative capabilities. And then they take it and they're like, oh, they consented to this. Let's go. And then it's an option for a timeline. Now, whether we get to that timeline, who knows? But it kind of is about a movie. This kind of is a movie. Are you going to pass? Are you going to get to the other one? What is the ultimate religion? Love. Love, love, love. That's right. Human is real. Yes. Why Adam is made out of Adam. You visited India? How long did you? I have not visited India. I would love to, though. Okay, Corey, sorry I'm a little behind in the comments. Beyond the minds of man is absolution of God, or the delegator of energy. The rest is noise. Yeah, static. The truth is energy, and it's expressed through matter. Exactly. I am, and you are as well when you claim it, the unmanifest made manifest. Why am I the unmanifest made manifest? For what purpose? These are things. This all books for civilization, but I am seeing humans are losing. Humans are losing, right? Yes. It is. It is Hindi tattoo, yeah. Shanti and Shakti. Like, what is really going on here? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves, and these are the questions that will set us free. Stop searching for something outside of yourself. Stop listening to other people telling you what you need. Acknowledge the Godhead that resides within you. This isn't what Lindsay is experiencing is not fake. Nor will what you experience be fake if your heart is there. There's also a verse in the Bible that says, you walk with your God and your gods, and I'll walk with my God, and we'll meet. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Yeah, that's the suggested movie for the next 3 weeks. Even I don't live by God's word. But we have to be careful, because I think what Straight is where his focal point is from is that God is created by man. The concept of God, in the way that most of humans understand it, is created by the words of man. God is unknowable. God is undeniable. God is omnipresent. God has been, will be, and always will be. But what is God? God is not somebody who sits on a throne and says, you're bad, you're bad. I believe God is a frequency in my faith. God is a frequency. So have you ever read The Power versus Force book by David R. Hawkins? Read it. It's delicious works. Those caught in the darkness of delusion are seeking after the world and what it offers. And why are they seeking after the world? Because they are longing for the reconciliation of the female aspect and the male aspect inside of us. The two became one. There's multiple different layers of understanding for all things. Look up John Cassian. The algorithm in our existence is real because some people cannot see, some people choose not to see, and some people do not want to see. Therefore, there's different, Jesus says, I speak of parables, symbolism, because some just aren't ready. It's a progression, and we hold this backpack of poop from multiple lifetimes of all the things that people have taught us to do and be. Yeah. Agreed, Corey. Yeah. Straight, you're done? Are you sure, Straight? Because you're super, super welcome here. Yeah, peace. Oh, Amina means peace in Arabic. Sorry. Is that true? Because I've been searching for the peace words because I love it. So far I got Assalam and Shanti. So if Amina is Arabic for peace, I take a lot of notes, and I'm actually a little bummed out because when the flood took my house, it took all my notes from the last 6 years, 7 years. Let's see. Amina. There is nothing called God. It's a word in a book. Exactly, Straight. That's what I'm talking about. It makes us think, kind movie. Yeah, that is good luck, have fun, don't die. I believe so. But what does the straight path mean? It's an accumulation of multiple layers of knowledge. It's the kundalini. It's the alignment of your chakras. It's the physical temple being in alignment, which means drinking enough water, eating good food, thinking good thoughts, the whole thing. It's the whole thing. Medical science. Okay. In short, we can't say God is this or that. Even God is not a spirit according to the Quran. You are not going to find a single thing in this entire creation of heaven and earth which resembles God. Well, except for us, correct? Medical science, because we were created in their image. So what about that? Hi, Chelly. Yay, Chelly's in the house. Mustaqim. Okay, I will. Anima. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, So what's the word in Latin for materia? I think it's materia. Materia anima. That's what we are, materia anima. Who is Lindsey O? And who, I also am following the future. So who to you is your, I want to use the word leader, but that's not what I mean. I mean like the dropper of the breadcrumbs for you to pick up. Who to you is that? Oh, Obi, I love that you recognize that Chelly hasn't been here for a while. Washington, United States of America. Well, God only requires, this is a funny one. What you say here, Abid, is a funny one for me. And my truth-based God is inside of me. So to worship God is to worship myself. Not anything outside of me, just me. Well, it only makes sense. Think about this. The breath of God is inside of us. Every time we take a breath, we're breathing source energy. It's interesting. We're funny, Straight. Well, we enjoy your knowledge. You're most welcome here. Most welcome here. Because the key is none of us knows. We have our faiths. We have what we have been taught throughout our lives. I have no religious background at all. I became a baby Christian 10 years ago. And when I started learning about the Bible for real, about 6 years ago, maybe, then I started learning about spirit and meditation and manifestation and all that kind of stuff. And I started meditating and then just stopped. It's the unfoldment of your own personal path back to spirit. No, Abid, your mind is a slippery snack. No, it's by tuning into your heart, right? Who taught me about life? Nobody taught me about life. That's the interesting thing. I went to Sunday school like 3 times when I was probably about 6 or 7 years old. 6 or 7 years old. And I learned Jesus Loves Me, the song. And that's about it. Sure, I'd go to church like randomly here and there, but I kid you not, like there was some stints that I didn't go nowhere godly for 5 years, 6 years. It's interesting. I have no religious background at all. My grandparents, my mother, nothing. I raised myself. My mom was never around. I was an only child. Like, yeah, it's interesting. School teachers taught me, if God is inside me and you, if you kill me, you kill God. Exactly. And that right there is why it's a sin to kill. Thou shalt not kill. It's because I'm taking you away from God. It's not because I am killing your flesh. Your flesh is created to die. That's not why. Sure, I might get in trouble on this plane of existence, go to jail, whatever. But ultimately, it's not a sin because you are source energy. You can't be anything else. If I were to say, hey, look over here, let's go over here. Here's God over here. Let's go. And you believe me in whatever. And like, that would be killing you because I'm removing you away from God. Remember, faith, my faith. In the religion of Islam, we don't believe that God is everywhere and in everything. We believe Allah is not everywhere, but his reach and power is everywhere. Hold on one second. So in the religion of Islam, you believe that God and Allah are different? I did not know this. Islamic God is spaceless, timeless. Yes, spaceless, timeless for sure. Oh, I didn't see. What's blasphemous, Obi? Hi, Vikas. Bye, Strite. Love you. You go Vrindavan one time. What is illegal? Abin, what is illegal? I just think that when we focus in on only one way, we're cutting ourselves short. How could there be only one way to God and there's a bajillion of us? We're all different. And if it really only matters on the intent of your heart, and only God and yourself know the intent of your heart, then who would anybody be to tell anybody that they are wrong in what their faith is? It doesn't make sense to me. So if God is big source of energy and we have a small percentage of energy within ourselves, shouldn't we worship the main source of the energy? I don't think we're supposed to worship anything. I think we're just supposed to be righteous and understand and love. And in that is the worship of all our brothers and sisters through clarity, through love. Human being, God is the greatest lie invented by human because man felt so helpless and afraid of death. Religion is nothing but a result of death anxiety. I agree with that, human. I agree with that. See what? I don't know why the concept of God is so complex. Well, I think that kind of ties in with what we talk about, how like the concept of God shouldn't be so complex, correct? I think it's man that makes it so complex, ego that makes it so complex, but really nobody knows. Oh, okay. I see you, medical science. Thank you for that. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. All of it is interesting. And what's the point? Well, Jesus did teach us a lot of great things, but we have to remember that the mystery of God is Christ within us. Continue steadfast, and Christ will be manifested within you. It's the consciousness. It's the core teaching of being. It's the spark that you receive from the pleroma. It's life. It's life. But really, I do sit a lot and think, what now? You know what I mean? Like, what now? What's the point? What's the point? Because really, what's the point? All I know is that I look out there and I see people very angry at each other and very mean to each other. And I know that is not the point. That is not the point. So if there is more than one way, if I worship an owl, God Moloch, that's funny, you want Lilith, eh? It's also worshiping God. I'm not sure, Habib. I'm not sure. But they did say that Lilith was actually Adam's first wife. So could that be true? That's just what I'm saying, is there's a bajillion options and nobody knows what's real and what's not. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Religion is opium of the masses. Karl Marx said it doesn't. Said it doesn't. Religion is opium of the masses. So it's like, perhaps. I think teleportation is possible, but I just don't think we're there yet. You know, I think that we will get to a point of understanding the farther we go. And when I say the farther we go, we have to remember that to creator, one day to creator is 1,000 years in this dense reality. 1,000 years. 1,000 years. How many of yous live in 1,000 years? Right? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's like 10 of you, if you live a good life, for one day of Source. And I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but the days are getting slower. Slower. What's that for? Is that so we can connect to Source more? Is that so people outside of the realm of at least acknowledging something higher of love can have more time to figure it out? I don't know, you guys. Right, Shelley, they just don't understand, and it's really interesting. Okay, Abid. So what is it? If I were to ask you, how do I access God? What would you say to me? Because if I came to you and was like, oh man, come on, teach me, da 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 da. Because you say, it's all clear now. Now I have all answers. All the hadiths I have been listening from childhood is becoming clear. Abid, do tell me. No, I wish I got it in India. It is peace, yes. Prophet Muhammad saw and said the Jews and the Christians will bring out the Antichrist, will bring out the Antichrist. That's actually interesting. Is that the wording it exactly uses? They will bring out the Antichrist, or is this you through your filter? Because that's very interesting. Bring it out of where? Out of the temples that are not in alignment? That's quite interesting, because what does it say in the Antichrist in the Bible? It says anybody who teaches religion through their own words, right? Now, technically, I'm doing that. I do fall back on the word, but the word is I. The light of men is the life of God, and not religion God, source creator God. So what if it's source creator God, right? And we're all a bajillion little fractals, right? Like think of our pineal gland. There's crystals. We have crystals in our pineal gland. Did you guys know that? It's true. So what if the light that we are, which is God's source, shines through our third eye, right? Jesus says, make thine eyes be single so you can be a temple of light, shines through, right? And then we interact as little tiny minions of God, like the hand is God, source creator, not religion. And then we are all these little things experiencing existence. I mean, that could be the thing too. Stop. Bring out the Antichrist because he already exists. Why does he already exist? Yes, Ash, isn't that funny? There's only one living God and a bajillion different ways to get there. Okay, Obi, love you. What's the man UTD match? You guys know what this is. I did not know what this is. Ciao, Obi. Love ya. Shine bright like a diamond. So it's just really interesting. So I'm going to read this a little bit because this is one of the most amazing books that I've read so far. And I'm going to start reading from here. The Universal Language of Light. Okay. An understanding of the fifth dimension would not be complete without a description of the universal language of light. Now, my question is how do we even know? My husband's religion, he was raised strict Catholic, and I'm talking like Catholic school, Catholic whatever, the whole thing. Ew. One rotten eye and one regular eye? Who's to say that there's multiple dimensions? Who brought that through? Like, what's the faith or the truth base behind that? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's not true. Okay. An understanding of the fifth dimension would not be complete without a description of the universal language of light. This complicated higher communication system is used to transmit messages from the ascended masters to the initiates in embodiment, us. It also will be the primary system of communication in the fifth dimension when Earth is firmly integrated into this higher frequency, the Aquarian age. That's where we're getting to, right? The universal language of light contains symbolic coding transmitted through streams of light emanating from Christ consciousness coming from the seventh dimension. It is one of the communication systems for all beings of light throughout the 12 universes. The universal language of light is a language of geometric symbols used by the celestial command to connect light workers to the keys and codes destined to fulfill humanity's evolutionary path and God's plan on Earth. Do you believe that everything is like planned out? Like 4 or 5 years ago, I had a meditation with goddess Isis, and they said, "Hi, Soma. Hi, Soma. Yay." And Isis like grabbed my hand and was like, she said, "Find the keys." Got out of my meditation. I was like, what? Dang, we're looking for some keys. And then hi, Zero and 420. What's up, my Julios? And then I started finding keys. Like somebody would say, "This is a key." And then they would say, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, but is it really just I creating I's experience? Do you get what I'm saying? This is an extreme conundrum in my coquito right now. Because if I create my reality, whatever I'm thinking about, projecting, whatever, that's what's going to come in my reality, correct? So if I'm focusing on worldly things will come into my reality. If I focus on godly things will come in my reality. I'm going to need a cosmic timeout. Light comes from the sun, yes. Economic development is based on predictions. What does that mean? Economic development is based on predictions. It's kind of like creating, isn't it? Abid. Oh, hold on. Abid. Just say Onek. Say Onek. Time, dear God. I know you can listen. Guide me through the straight path. If he really exists, he will guide you. I love that. What is Onek? Is that a name, or is that a certain prayer, or is that a incantation, or whatever the word is? Hi, Vikas. What do you mean, oh my God? The Islamic concept of God is logical, as it teaches that God is not inside or part of his creation. I actually have heard this medical science. If we assume that God is inside creation or within human beings, this would impose limits and boundaries on him. But God, by definition, is unlimited and beyond. But what if that's only limits because we have forgotten where and who and what the whole thing? Because if you think about it, in the Bible, it talks about like how angels were just like walking down the street, and there was 9 feet men, and there was unicorns and centaurs and all these things. So what if the boundaries that we put on God is only because the sophists, the dark ones who got the information and were like, oh, we can use this to our own good. And then they started programming us to not realizing that, yes, we can fly. Yes, we can teleportate. Yes, we can live heart-centered. What if all these things are real? What if we are being taught to limit creation through God? Not real God, obviously. Programmed religion God. Predictive and yes. I don't know Virna Devin, and I know I'm saying that wrong. But listen, you, Vikas, might know this. Okay, so somebody told me to discern my Ayurvedic constitution. Do you know what that is? I mean to say one, but that's funny, Abid. It's okay. Nothing is predetermined. However, they built computer to manipulate the stock market. Oh, for sure, Zero. And those are the parasites. Those are the parasites that we're getting rid of. There is Nephilim. Yes, in the Quran. I want to dance with you too. Good morning, or good mining, or NGD. What shall I call you? Agree with that, Soma. YD, I don't believe myself to be an atheist. I believe in Creator. I just don't believe in religion God. I can't. Listen, the people who created religion are the same people who killed all the prophets. How could you ever believe what they're saying? It's kind of like those glorious Epstein files that are out. How could we ever place trust in anybody whose name is on that file that is in corporate America or in any type of control areas. How can you do that? You just can't do it. Why? How could you do it? It doesn't make no sense. This is Shanti, and the other one is, oh, there you go, Selma. Yes. Was it you? Somebody told me to find it. Was that you, Selma? It might have been. I did, and it's Veda Kapha with Pita voice. Does that make sense? Talk to me about it if it does make sense to you, because it don't make sense to me. You know. Let's see. NGD, not true. The antiquarian mechanism is 4,000 years old, and we didn't have a stock exchange then, and it was a computer. Well, I have no idea about what anything of that is. Well, yes, they will, Zero. They not must be exposed. They are being exposed. It's just for our corporal bodies, our dense matter, what is it? Anima materia, to catch up to our soul spirit growth. Alexa, volume down 2. Okay, it's Veda Kapha with Pita voice. VATA / or this one, right? Kapha, KAPHA with PITTA voice. No. Okay. The universal language of light is a language of geometric symbols, which makes sense with like Pythagoras and who's that other one that was really into it? Trismegistus, Merlin, fuck all of them, you guys, come on. There has to be something more deep than God religion. It just can't be any. The language of geometric symbols used by the celestial command to connect light workers to the keys and codes destined to fulfill humanity's evolutionary path and God's plan on earth. Each time an individual receives a downloading of the universal language of light, inner knowingness becomes stronger and clearer. I can consent to this, and I do. Really, Selma? That makes no sense? Well, I did the 10 whatevers. Well, we can't know everything. That's the interesting part. Together, we know everything. That's why we're all one. Because you have knowledge that is pertinent. I have knowledge. They have knowledge. We have knowledge. They have knowledge. And then together, when we come together through love, I believe that's when we commingle and make the tapestry of life. I have watched Dead Silence. I used to love scary movies. Dead Silence is the one with the what are they called? Marionette or whatever. Prophet Muhammad said Jesus will land near a mosque. You really think Jesus is coming from the sky to save you? Did you know that an ancient meaning of the word cloud is crowd, as in a group of people? And pray with Muslims. And after that, he will battle with Antichrist. Yeah, Mary Shaw, yeah. Don't sing the song. And God's plan on earth. Each time an individual receives a downloading of the universal language of light, inner knowingness becomes stronger and clearer. When this understanding is present, more of the universal celestial plan is revealed to the soul. So in time, as if it was something. Squirrel, so much squirrel. I used to love scary movies as a child. It is Zero. It is now because I'm awake. When I was a child, I was asleep. And I asked, why did I used to always love scary movies? Well, I'm from Mintaka. It's a water planet. I have very thin skin. And I have very, very thin skin. The doctor has always told me you have extremely superficial skin. Like I can just go like that and a welt will come up on my arm. It is just something that Lindsey has. So then this message came through that said that the reason why you watch scary movies, because ask and you shall receive, is because I came in extremely sensitive to the world. I'm sensitive to the world now. Imagine what I was when I was 3, 4, 5. And I've been watching scary movies since I was 3, 4, 5. Freddy Krueger and such, right? Jason, stuff like that. But it was to strengthen me, to prepare me for this time period right now. That way, when I see freaky stuff outside, I know I can handle it because I don't have such thin skin. I have built up a resilience against it. And I was like, oh, hot damn, that makes sense. But now I refuse. I will not ever. Soma, that makes extreme sense. You should see my astrological docket, or my human design plan. I'm here for something else, baby. I don't know 100% what it is, and I request guidance from higher level entities. Guide me. I always say, your will. What would you have me do? Speak, Lord, for your servant listens. I don't know what this is, and it elicits like these emotional tear thingies because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. But no scary movies now. You probably have a third of every dosha, which would make you extremely much better yourself in the work you do here. I am, yes, because the Bhagavad Gita. I haven't picked it up for probably 9 days now, but it is on my bedside table. But like I said, I read a lot of stuff. Release from a horror movie is an addiction. Yes, I agree with that. 0. Yes, I believe. Oh, pickles. I hate that when my phone does that. I'm not trying to do that. Okay. Now my phone is broken. I don't know why it does that. But I might have to restart the live and then do it again because now can you guys see me? Yes, I believe so, because if God can create Jesus without a father from Mother Mary, I'm sure he can make Jesus come down from the sky. Yeah, that's true. It also says that his hair will be wet from the clouds. That's interesting. What are your things of paralysis? I've never encountered sleep paralysis. I don't want to either. My mom also has sleep paralysis, and that's actually very interesting, Abid. What previous lifetime? I've been here a few times. I've been on this planet a few times, but I'm from Mintaka, which is in Orion's belt, and I'm friends with the Melkuriba, I believe. They're the ones that are now the asteroid belt that surrounds Mintaka, or not Mintaka, but Orion. But they were brothers and sisters of me. They were from the shoulder of Betelgeuse, or not Betelgeuse, sorry, the shoulder of Orion, which I think is Betelgeuse. Anyways, it's just a lot. It's a lot to wrap your mind around. So I guess I'll just see. My phone wants me to have it like this now, but I don't want it like that. I want that. Okay, whatever. Whatever, phone. Whatever. Gotta make a little bit of oatmeal for Jackie. Jackie is not feeling too good today. She stayed home from school. I made a mess with the rice last night. I think the main thing to acknowledge is that we just don't know. I just don't know. Oh, that'd be cool if it was homemade. No, I got it at the mall. But I seen it and I was like, stop it. This is the cutest little shirt ever. This is the cutest little Nomeo. Little Nomeo. Yeah, no, 420. No demons in my definitely a star seed, Soma. Yes. And the children that I have, they are something interesting as well. As Jack grows. Yes, Jackie?
Who do you think is stronger, a knight or a ninja?
Oh, what kind of training?
I don't know, this is a normal ninja.
God-based training, like Source, or evil?
This normal.
I don't know. What do you think? Don't come in view.
I wanna tell you who it is. The knight
Okay.
is strong.
Then wait a minute. The knight is stronger
Yeah.
than the ninja?
Yeah.
What's the reasoning? You don't have.
Alexa told me.
Oh, well, don't always follow what Alexa tells you. What do you tell you?
I agree with whatever Alexa says.
Oh, that's programming at its finest.
I mean, it's true.
Well, you'll have to remember that you have to run it through your heart filter too, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Vicus. Love you. Let's see. I have, okay, no. Yeah, Jack, before he hit 7 years old, he would say some things that you can't even tries to understand what even happened. Soma. Now, here's the interesting about my husband. My husband truly believes that he's Archangel Michael and that he's here to protect me so the light can proceed out of me. Like, you know what I mean? So I can shine, which is really interesting. Numerous times. So, listen, Alexa's being really weird. And what I mean weird, I mean, I thought she was listening again. Really weird. I asked her to play Bach earlier today, and she kept playing Bach playlist, and it was some random music that was not classical music. And I was like, dude, why can't you just play Bach for me? I seriously asked her that. She was like, I'm playing Bach playlist. I don't know why these songs are on the Bach playlist. It's like, what? And do you know, Soma, somebody came into the live yesterday and was like, I don't remember. They were like MK 106 or something like that. But the knowledge inside of that, like I could feel like the ripples of their heart, like coming into my heart. Something is going on, and I don't really know what it is. You know, I did DMT for a while, and the last time I did DMT, they were like, so one of the time, okay, so the very first time I did DMT, it was literally like a love affair with the universe. Everything opened up and was like this beautiful, glorious rainbow world of deliciousness. Like I felt like I should be smelling like bubblegum and strawberries, and it was so amazing. Cool boy, what's up? Right, and then I did it a couple more times, and then one of the times I did it, I went on a hike, and I went all the way to the tippity top of the hike, where I don't always go, but sometimes I do, and I did it up there, and then I was like, okay, so now what? Because I feel like I got to the end of the tunnel, of the DMT tunnel. And I was like, okay, now what? And a voice comes in and says, now drop your skin and come up. I said, what the heck? How do I drop my skin? What? I would do it if I could know how to do it. I feel like I am in a space where a teacher is coming. And not necessarily a teacher like I need to learn. Yes, I don't know. But the last time I did DMT, they told me, we told you last time you don't have to come back. I said, okay, I'm not going to do it again. But I can get DMT breath. I can do the breath work and get there. And I'm like, oh, that's it right there. I could just imagine. Watch, good luck, have fun, don't die. There is something going on and I don't consent to it. Thank you, revealers. I love you. Woo-woo. Well, how do you know it was a demon voice, though? What if it was God? Yes, calm breathing. No, to Cape Town. Isn't that in, what's it called? By Puerto Rico? Jamaica. Isn't that in Jamaica? I would love to go to Jamaica. That would be so much fun. I'm a tropical person. Obviously, if I'm from Minnetonka. Okay, Soma. Anyways, I should continue reading, right? I like beaches. Well, I'm not to do DMT anymore. It's to decalcify your pineal gland. So I've never done anything like that. Our oatmeal is ready now. I kind of feel like I should be going somewhere, like in a space where there's nothing, and sitting for like a month and just, but I don't know what to do, how to do it, or where to do it, you know? I do know I'm the light, and I do know I'm here for a mission, and I do know that I was told just being here is my mission. But could that really be it? Could that really be it? I don't know. I don't know. What, Berkelides? What? What, Berkelides? What? I love you too, Berkelides. I love you too. Hey, belly. Are you making fun of my belly? I have 7 babies. My birth is 1982. Yeah, I'm a Capricorn sun with an Aquarius rising. Hello, Jive. It's Shanti and Shakti. Shakti is active feminine energy. Shanti, peace. You're 1968. I'm 1982. You know, and when I was born, they took me from my mom for 3 days. And she didn't see me for the whole 3 days. And she said that when I first came out, they had me like next door, but they shut the curtain. And she said that their people came from outside, like business people, whatever, came and were like around me and fiddling with me and doing all kinds of things. I don't know what wave I came on, but I request this information. And I know if I ask, it will be revealed to me. Oh, that's interesting, Zero, that you were, I don't need to get that. I turned it off. That's interesting. I wonder if a lot of us bringers of the light for this latter days, which is really the beginning, were taken. You came in on the second wave, and the second wave was 1968. What kind of consequences? I don't even understand that concept either, because if people don't realize that what they're doing is quote unquote wrong or whatever, right? How could somebody be punished for it if they didn't know? Now, granted, I know that your heart knows, right? Well, okay, Soma, the knowledge book talks about that. The hippies, right? Bringing in the flowery path, right? And then the sophists, the dark ones, right? The parasites brought in drugs. And then they start, right? Drugs. The best card that the devil has is drugs. Hello, Madeline. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you ever. How are you, sister? How's your ascension going? I mean, zero waste, it could be. Anything is possible. That's why it's like you can't hone in on one thing, because so much. And then imagine how many of eyes have been here. Like in this book, this is a bajillion enlightened people that I've never even heard of. And this is only one. You're so sorry. Why are you so sorry, Madeline? I love pizza. You know, and I just think of that, and it's just like, whoa. The U.S. president thinks killing innocent kids and women for oil is just okay. It's not just the U.S. president; it's everybody out there. Hi, Samak. 17-year-old struggling in studies. I want to make my parents proud. I am preparing for the GEE. Give me some success tips. Success tips. Follow your own heart, not what other people want you to be. What do you want to be? Yes, look at all the hippies now, 7 years and miserable and in poor health. Yes, exactly. It's interesting, right? So what was, Soma, what was the missing link in the first wave? Was it just the first wave because it was like planting the seeds, and now it's the second or third wave to like grow? Because the knowledge book talks about this. It talks about the flowery path that was planted. You know? The flowery path. It's on here. I just want to read that part. Anatolia. Mesnevi. Celestial Book of Enlightenment, the aphorisms of the Mesnevi. Time will prove the power of the book to humanity. Into this book, to which the command of publications will be given at the second half of the ending date of 1993 world year, in which individual selections of the final age are still in effect. This message will be written with your original signature in your handwriting in ink, and it will be the seal of the book as an official document. During this last age, it was thought imperative that all our world friends should come together under one roof. Thus, this book is your genuine friend, your genuine brother or sister, because it is dictated by our essence, brothers and sisters. Eehee, that's funny, Madeline. Isn't it funny how the programming, I just can't. The programming is ridiculous. I'm over it. I do not consent. Exactly, Zero. I'm telling you guys, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. This is real, and we're raising the ascension, or we're raising the vibration of people who are, whoever is meant to pair up with me is resonant to the frequency that I speak, not necessarily the words that I speak. That is why the dark ones, the parasites, the whatever it is, they hold it back. I used to be on TikTok doing the same thing. And they said, I love your work too, Madeline. And it's my friend screenshotted it. He's like, bro, your video had like 10,000 views or something. And I was like, which video? And he's like, the one that you just did. And I was like, it only says I had like 200 views or something. And he was like, no, I took a screenshot of it because I didn't think you were going to believe me anyways. And it was like 10,000 views. And he showed me the screenshot of it. And I was like, that's really interesting. Because on my side, like, look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people commenting, but it says I only have 5 people in the chat. Exactly, right, Madeline? Girl, you know, shoot. That's a fist bump. You know. And it's interesting. And do not forget that all the books revealed from the Enlightenment channel had been revealed from the level of the firmament. These sacred books are the New Testament, the Old Testament, the Psalms of David, the religions of the Far East, and the Quran. The actual purpose of these sacred books is to give a message to our human brothers and sisters in the light of learning. And then omits here too. But seriously, it says I have 5 people. It's really a thing. This is Shanti, which is peace, and this is Shakti, which is active feminine energy. Boys love more mama and girl love more dad. I've seen that. I have 7 children, 2 boys and 1 girl, and 5 girls, so I can understand that more. Warriors, fire. That makes sense. Because in my one of these things is fire, and the Veda Kapha Pitta, is the Pitta the fire? I don't remember, but yes, 0. Yes, I am, and I'm okay. But sometimes I'm just in my fleshly Lindsey. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? But I have to trust, and I do. I didn't find the flowery part of it, but it says it in here, and it talks about how it's just so interesting. Isn't it just so interesting? I'm interested, and we just really don't know, and I'm just gonna roll with that. But I really want to keep focused on what it is. But how do you know what it is? Yeah, there's a train. Yeah, a train. But just trust the process, right? Just trust the process. Just trust the process. Rule 147. Well, not rule, but focus point. Evolvements are completed even at the medium from where you receive the messages. When one passes beyond it, one is connected to the speed of light. 48. Sincerity of heart is worth all the religious books. Sin and good deeds are the measurement of its balance. 149. The good news will be a light, a divine light, and will open the doors of faith. 150. Get rid of the doubts within your hearts. Supervise yourself. You will observe how you will mature by being dissolved in time, and you will choose the right path. Right? Years ago, when I first became a baby Christian, a male came into the gas station that I was working at, bought gas, left, came back in. Now, he was a funny looking fella, real short, big bug eyes, big glasses, not fun to look at, not in a mean way. I'm not trying to judge, but I'm setting the scene, right? And he came back in, he's like, God put it on my heart, I need to pray with you. Can I pray with you? I said, yeah. And he pulled me aside and he prayed with me, and he said that I was going to be a great light when the mark of the beast comes into play. Now, we know that the mark of the beast is just the mark of man, but the mark of man without God's source code spirit. Well, we have it, but without being aware of it. I don't know. Oh, Soma. Where are you from, Soma? I seen your videos, like, far away. Samak, I follow multiple religions, as in I know that multiple religions have little tidbits of knowledge. I truly believe that the way that we figure this out is that we realize that every sect, every religion has some pieces of knowledge. Does that make sense? What are you saying, 420? What your one girl have year? I met an interesting woman once that said we will eat flower petals. Yes, why wouldn't we? They're so beneficial to our health. What do you think about that, Zero? Like, when I think about the what's coming, I try not to focus on the quote unquote bad, right? Because whatever, it's going to be what it's going to be. But I know that I'm co-creating the new world. What do you want to see? It is Shanti on my hand, Smak, yes. Oh, you live in Greece. You were born in Sweden, but you live in Greece. That's exciting. Can I come visit you in Greece, Soma? Love flower medicine. Yes, right? I just feel like the tribe, I'm going to cry again. I just feel like the tribe is growing. And we got to be strong because, hello, Rodolfo. We have to be strong. We have to be strong. I don't even know what it looks like, you guys. You speak Croatian. I didn't even know Croatian was a language. That's amazing. Oh, I would love to meet you too, Soma. If you're really serious about it, I'm going to email you. I wrote down your email. I will email you later. Oh, right. I've been thinking a lot about that, Zero. I think I want to start a school. I want to start a school. I've been wanting to start a school for many years now. And I'm talking about, God, when did, what's her name, work at the Shell? There was this girl who was really, really tall. And this was pre-awakening. I forgot her name now, though, but she was really amazing. She was a cook. I loved her. I love her so much. I haven't seen her in forever. And her boyfriend used to come in all the time, and they were so in love. And every time they would kiss, she would kick her leg back. And it was funny because he was really short and she was really tall. Anyway, she would talk to me about things that Lindsey had never touched. I have been very sheltered my entire life and very indoctrinated my whole life. But yet I didn't soak all that up, you know? Anyways, we used to talk about starting a school. Because these kids are our future. And I work in the school system. I'm a substitute teacher, and what they're doing now is it's not where it's at. It's not where it's at. That's why Jack is sick today. I wholeheartedly believe that is because last week was Valentine's Day. They didn't just celebrate it on Valentine's Day. They celebrated on the day before, the day after. Next week, Jackson had a Valentine's Day party after, you know, and all that sugar. It's not good for our new babies. Our new babies are crystalline creatures. They are, the majority of them, not all of them. Some of them have a little more karma that needs to be rolled out, but that's okay too. Anyways, I get lost sometimes in my, sorry. In the Bible, it says, what does it say? It says, in the times that come that require a teacher, the ones who taught need to be taught again and remember all the knowledge that they had already been taught or known or whatever. It's interesting. Oh yeah, 420, what are you going to teach me? How can we devlet with ignorant people? We can't, Umit. That's why the falling of everything is coming. It's okay, but we have to have no fear, no fear, no fear. What would the teaching plan be? I mean, we know that we have to teach certain things like base math. Well, math in general is a great one, right? Vocab, stuff like that. I also want to tap into like meditation, centering, how to access different avenues of knowledge. You know what I mean? Not everybody learns the same way. So we'd have different classrooms for different things, but it would always be learning based, and it's not necessarily learning like we're learning from the books. It could be learning like we're learning in our souls, all these things. Hi, Joel. Welcome in. I know a really cool person named Joel Goldsmith. Has anybody heard of him? He's really good. This live is just about communion. We're just a community, building a community. Yes, learning from nature. Oh, you guys, I love writing books. Here's the thing. I love writing books, but I tend to not finish my books. Well, one of the books that I was just recently writing was this fall of humanity, right? And the baby survived and whatever. Anyways, they became a part of this like school that had this ginormous tree. And I just dreamt about a ginormous tree the other day and I was wedged inside of it. All things tie together. I'm telling you what. But yes, learn from nature, like in the Avatar movies. It's real. It's real. It's so real. I think all religions are one and the same, and they just categorize and we want to respect them all. Yes, Samak, I agree with that. Yes, Madeline. And Madeline, you would be somebody that I would bring into the school. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody else on a personal note on what you're bringing to the table of humanity. Madeline, I do. She does meditations and they're really good and she's really amazing and her voice is so soft. It's like a feather. It's delicious. So I would bring Madeline in on that and we would remind these children, because I think they already know, right? They already have it inside of them. It's their Akashic record. It's their DNA, crystalline DNA. But just to be able to access that and that, yes to all of that. Yeah. I love you, 420. Oh, yeah. Jack and I were just talking about yew trees last night. Have you ever been in the presence of a yew tree? Oh, Berlin, Germany. That's fun. Oh, I know. Zero. There is so much agenda happening. It's intense. Like really intense. Let me get Jack his oatmeal. It's ready now. It's really intense. And literally the key to this undoing, the key to Triton's undoing, I do not consent. I cannot empower you enough to know that you are powerful. Literally, just even if you don't believe it wholeheartedly, start saying, I do not consent. I do not consent. I do not consent. You see poopy stuff happening down the road? I do not consent. That's all the energy you give it. You see poopy stuff on the news? I do not consent. Now, I know some people say, oh, but that's just love and light, baloney, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bro, that's all there is love and light. Everything else is a ruse. It's a joke. It's manipulation. All there is love and light. That's all there is. Oh, Zero. What do you use the yew tree bark in? Shut up. That's amazing. Croatian word to English. 420. Well, it was a little combobulated, but I love you and I'm here and I support you. I'm from Washington. Thank you, Soma. I appreciate that permission. It's real. The collaboration between our souls is real. So Michael is facing something interesting. Michael is my husband. And Michael is really nervous that I'm not going to be safe if he's not around. So something is about ready to happen. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it is. But I know it's coming. Like, how could we even know? I don't know. But if you think about it too, we have all been here before. Nothing that has been created hasn't been created, that isn't created, that hasn't been created. We're the creation. That's all there has ever been and ever will be. Michael is correct. He is great. Michael is so great. I would love to learn Croatian, but I think I should go to Croatia. Want to house me, 420? Just playing. I'm not single, no. 420, you're funny. Well, all my children are gone right now, but I have 7 of them. Really, Soma? That's interesting. It's really interesting. How interesting, right? Can you see anything like around me or with me? Or do you get any like messages or like feelings? Because I really feel like the tribe is starting to grow. And I know that we'll all be leaders of this tribe. It's not going to be an individual leader. It's going to be all of us because we all offer pieces, you know? I used to tell Michael all the time, why me? Why me? Why me? Okay, Selma, I will message you. And Michael used to tell me, why not you? But as I sit in my humbleness of this body and I see all the things that I've gone through and all the things that I faced and all the tests that I have failed and succeeded, I just think, why me? Why not somebody else? I don't know what's happening. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, why not me? Is exactly. I'm gonna go give this to Jack. This is oatmeal. Oatmeal. Remember, we gotta feed our temple. I'll be right back. Man down. This is my Farkalides. Yes, 420 it is. Oh man, shaking hands. I'm here for you. What kind of pickle are you in? I use the word pickle all the time because you are most qualified. So, a while back, I had like I said, I've been here a few times, right, on this planet, and I was shown the last incarnation that I was awake in, right? Hello. And I was a larger, white male, and I was throwing a wedding. Excuse me. Interesting. I was a larger white male, and I was throwing a wedding for my daughter, and she was getting married, and anyways, I had this small town. It was like 11 houses, like 11 families lived there, and we were an extremely awakened community. Thank you, you guys. And these people came in on horses in the name of the king and killed my entire family, my entire town. They left me alive, though, to roam the wilderness. And it said, we're going to leave you alive because we want you to forget. Live with your torment for teaching the way that you teach, for helping people see the way that they can see the truth, you know? And after that, I chose to fall asleep, I guess, because I don't remember anymore after that. Yeah, so anyways, what's your pickle? Oh, here's your pickle. Do you mean fat? I don't know. Why has Mavlana? Mavlana is from the knowledge book, but I just feel very in tune to it, you know? I just feel very in tune to it. The knowledge book is the book to bring us into the next dimension of understanding. And I really, truly believe that, like, for real. There are many famous people as Mavlana. Okay, let's see. Have the opportunity to have an amazing job opportunity, but I have a business that is also successful. Interesting. So you got to figure this out. You'd have to close your business. Can I ask you, if you don't mind shaking hands of silver, what is your business? Right, Madeline. Wow, he is right. I'm excited to get off the live and talk to Soma. We have a lot of, right, when the student is ready. And then sometimes the student surpasses the teacher. I've noticed that. I have run into that issue with my people who have gotten me thus far. And I'm just like, I listen to people talk, and it's very interesting because they really do grow a lot of lack and not fun situations. Like, why? Why not? Oh, good night. 8 p.m. I'll talk to you tomorrow then, yeah? I'll email you tonight, but I'll speak with you tomorrow. A small construction company. What's the possibility? What's the option? What's the, whatchamacallit? Okay. The universal language of light is a language of geometric symbols used by the celestial command to connect light workers to the keys and codes destined to fulfill humanity's evolutionary path and God's plan on earth. Each time an individual receives a downloading of the universal language of light, inner knowingness becomes stronger and clearer. When this, I don't know why I've had to read this 3 different times. When this understanding is present, More of the universal celestial plan is revealed to the soul. The symbols from the language of light are transmitted to our subconscious, often in the dream state through the unseen energy of the ascended masters who surround us. This process is facilitated through the etheric grid work that encloses us. We are surrounded by activity that we cannot see with our physical eyes. At present, when an individual and embodiment is not resonating on a high enough frequency to receive information clearly or directly from the ascended master, the information is sent through a step-down process of vibrational frequencies. The higher self receives the symbolic coding and translates it into our consciousness. These symbols and coding teach us how to expand our light bodies, acquire higher consciousness, and understand different realities. We must listen to the guidance within to learn how we may acquire these evolved behaviors and understandings, for they will be required for entry into the fifth dimension. Acquiring these attributes also will enable individuals to learn in another way by tapping into the universal mind. In the past, we have learned through books and direct experience. Oh, it must have cut out. That was interesting. Yes, high vibe tribe, zero waste. Let's do it. I'm telling you, eventually, as we grow and grow and grow, we are going to start coming together. And when two or more gather, broscarones, you don't even understand. We're going to change the world. I'm excited. Vande Mataram. What's that, Krish? Vande Mataram. We must listen to the guidance within to learn how we may acquire these evolved behaviors and understandings, for they will be required for the entry into the fifth dimension, which means meditation is key. Go, Madeline, go. Acquiring these attributes also will enable individuals to learn in another way by tapping into the universal mind. In the past, we have learned through books, lectures, lessons, television, media, and direct experience in higher dimensions of time and space. However, there are other options. When the mind resides on the frequency of the universal mind, information and knowledge are assimilated in other ways and through other channels. Clearly, there are many benefits to receiving the codes that the universal language of light has to offer. Obviously, this step in evolution will change the way in which we conduct activities here on Earth, such as the schooling of our children. Yes. Comrade. All right. Andrejo Barat Chorro. I know what chorro means, in Spanish at least. What's that mean? Maori. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, 420, I ask you. You ask me what, my friend? Are we prepared for this leap of consciousness? Question. Are we prepared to accept the many benefits that will come with this higher consciousness? Question. What awaits us on the horizon is truly fascinating and exciting. This is perhaps one of the most exciting times to be alive. Once an individual understands what is happening to us and to the world, the ascended masters already have implanted. This is perhaps one of the most exciting times to be alive. Once an individual understands what is happening to us and to the world. That's when it becomes an exciting time. Before that, you are scared. Don't be scared. Have no fear. What if the religious books all just came to teach us to have no fear and to love each other with all of our hearts? I would love to go to Croatia. I'm sure I'm going to go to Croatia. Where's Croatia? Is Croatia in Greece? Where's Croatia? I'm not 100% sure. Is that the U.S. Virgin Islands? I'm not sure. I look like a New Zealander. Why not? Let's do it. The ascended masters already have implanted many people with crystalline codes in their etheric bodies. As a result, many have begun to receive the geometric symbols of this higher language of light. I've had numerous dreams of that. Croatia is from Balkan. Type on Google and you can find. Google is our friend, isn't it? Our higher selves have an unfailing knowingness that the ascended masters exist, and our higher essence accepts that we do have a divine, limitless consciousness capable of expansion. Therefore, the higher selves of many already have given permission for these codes to be placed within them. That's one of the biggest things that I learned in this journey at the very beginning, is that you must give permission first. You have a team around you, a team that wants to help you. You have many angels, many ascended masters, many whatever, but you have a team, a small team around you. Mine is Liela. I have a dragon. I have a little tiny bunny. That's it. That I know of, that I'm familiar with, that I'm aware of. I'll say that I'm aware of. Okay. That sounds beautiful. Oh, Umit, talk to me more about that, because it's really exciting. An ant. I like your name. If something happens wrong with you, just say meow, meow, cup, cup. Really? Is that like a cheat code for the Matrix? Meow, meow. Those souls who first gave permission for this to be done are described as the first wave of ascension, our dear friend Soma. They also comprise the membership of the reincarnated Atlantean souls who have returned to Earth to establish the electromagnetic grid, which is discussed in a later chapter of this book. In the future, many other individuals also will receive crystalline implants, but only after permission for this to occur has been given. I found a book a while back. It says like upgrade your DNA, save your life, or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's still on in my videos. Anyways, it talks about the crystalline grid and that how like there's the missing piece. Well, the missing piece is merely the acknowledgement that it is like from a different space. Like we couldn't have it because we would have messed with it. We would have utilized it for mal thingies. You know what I mean? Hi, Marco. Welcome in. I don't have Instagram. Well, technically I do, but I don't really because I don't go on it. Once permission is given, the process of acceleration is guaranteed, even though some of us do not welcome change as openly as others. Who am I? I am that I am, Saw. Who are you? Consequently, some people will accelerate at a faster rate than others. All the geometric forms in the universal language of light contain the expression of the God force. These symbols come in many forms: spheres, triangles, dodecahedrons, hearts, spirals, cubes, rectangles, parallel lines, stars, and other geometric and artistic forms. The masters use artifacts from the seventh dimension code with vibrational frequencies that tell a story in picture form. Each symbol reveals to the soul a piece of the puzzle needed for it to complete its work on Earth. So it's almost like we're supposed to be like researching into them. You know what I mean? I don't have any social media that you can connect with me with. I'm thinking about expanding, but yes. Marco, yes, we could read the Bible as well. Right now we're going to finish reading this though. This is this book here. The Light Shall Set You Free. It runs parallel with the knowledge of all religious books, you know. The grid is polluted by garbage. There is a natural grid and a man-made grid. Both need cleaning. I agree with you. And I think that's what the light workers are here to do right now, right? When you said that, Madeline, I started feeling this interesting, and it was before it popped up, right? Because there's a time lapse. I started feeling this interesting, I can't really explain it, interesting thing. I agree with you, Anant. I should figure it out. Marco, if you tell me that Jesus is the only way, then we got some learning to do, senor. Well, technically, it is the only way for that layer of information, but it's deeper than that. Okay, 420, I love you. I do have a Gmail. I do. Are you ready for it? I'm going to give it to you. It's LRORTIZ1982 at gmail.com. Super simple. Super simple. All right, let's keep reading. There are 144,000 spiritual masters who have been brought into Earth's electromagnetic grid, each carrying a part of the geometric forms of the universal language of light. We all will receive these codes eventually, but exactly when depends upon our own abilities to integrate and accept them. The number of symbols a soul can receive in any given lifetime is dependent upon the quality of experiences received in past lives, the light acquired in this present lifetime, and the person's acceptance of change. If the soul's experiences have assisted the individual to learn many lessons and to give up negativity and fear, that person is destined to receive more of the programming from the language of light. If a person has blockages and unfinished business that has not been resolved, that individual is incapable of receiving a full allotment of coding. In some cases, coding might take several lifetimes. This is because the language of light operates on a resonance basis. Higher symbols can be received only by the souls who resonate on a higher frequency or octave. Sometimes it takes a soul numerous lifetimes to reach a state of enlightenment capable of receiving these geometric forms that will hasten higher consciousness. When blockages exist, they lower the frequency of the soul, which prevents the individual from receiving this coding, even though he or she may yearn for the higher knowledge. Our temple must be swept and garnished. Swept and garnished. Marco, I love you. Repeat it. Maybe I'll repeat it. I should just put it on my bio so it's there. Yes, 1921 time right. When such an individual is blocked from receiving the higher messages and coding, frustration can set in that only adds to the lower frequencies. The individual then remains powerless until all these blockages are removed and purification is complete. It does little good to fret and worry when this is the case. It only delays progress. The only way in which a soul can move to a higher level is by focusing attention on the here and now and continuing to acquire the discipline needed to assure that the vibrational frequencies continue to rise. A person's level of responsibility and world leadership is dictated by the vibrational frequency of the soul and the number of geometric forms that have been implanted therein. The universal language of light contains coding for 6 areas of our life: spiritual attunement, knowledge, love, manifestation, soul travel, and mission fulfillment. I am married, yes. Yes, clean temples. This is the body. Yes. And see how we're not even focusing on that at all? It's quite intense. The old way of being is already gone. The only thing that's happening right now is the chaos because certain peoples won't let go of the lower level frequency. They're having a hard time. Well, and I get it, because if they're low level frequency to start with, to be able to expand their mind is difficult. Yes, let's dwell in sanctuary. My body is a sanctuary. Join me in the sanctuary. Hello, Eugene. Top of the morning to you. How you doing? These 6 areas define the path that all spiritual warriors follow while embodied on the earth plane. They also define the tasks that the individuals must achieve when moving through the ascension process. An understanding of these tasks can, and this is capitals, can come only through the universal laws. What are the universal laws? Who knows them? The law of reciprocity. Had not. The law of micro to macro, as above, so below, the law of polarity, the law of gender, the law of cycles, the law of, what else is there? There's more. There's a lot more. A law of vibrational resonance, like attracts like. What else? I have them right here, so let's just read them. Okay, here it is. Law of divine oneness. Okay, law of vibration. Law of action. Law of correspondence. Law of cause and effect. Washington, Eugene, Washington. What state are you in? Law of compensation. Law of attraction. Law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Energy never dies. It's always here, always here. Law of relativity. Law of polarity. Law of rhythm. Law of gender. I think that's the last one. And law of gender. So those are the laws. Oh, you're in Russia? That's fun. How'd you know I was in America? We go to America. I know, I always say that. Okay, ready? Can only come through the universal laws. The relevant coding will be obtained only when the ascended master in charge of a discipline determines that the individual is ready to receive it. Once the decision is made to begin receiving the language of light, the initiate must purify the body, mind, and spirit, capital S. Oh, thank you, Eugene. Thank you. This is accomplished through discipline and will. It is at this time that the discipline is shown the way to clear all karmic debt, and he or she begins to accrue desirable karma for the future. Androgynon and the fifth dimension. The third dimension is a world of polarities and dualities. We analyze and we see things as up and down, black and white, or having two sides to explore. Decisions often are based on a yes or no response, and the verdict dictates the course of events from the day forward. This view ignores an important piece of data, namely that everything on Earth and in the universe is made up of not two things, but only one thing. And that one thing is energy. Energy is made up of positive and negative particles. However, this is not the same as being composed of polarities. Interesting. That could have been a miscommunication from the get-go, right? Everything in the universe is feminine and masculine, or what is called yin and yang. The feminine is yin and the masculine is yang. The higher dimensions, no judgment is placed on these principles of energy. They just exist. Webster's New Lexicon Dictionary of the English Language defines yin and yang as the two forces through whose essences, according to the Taoist cosmology, the universe was produced and cosmic harmony is maintained. Yin is dark, female, and negative. Yang is light, male, and positive. They are always contrasted with and complementary to each other. These definitions do not depict opposites, but imply a continuous flow of energy, a dance, if you wish. Hey, did you finish it? Oh, good job. Put it on the counter. You did good. I'm excited. You're going to feel so good tomorrow.
I already feel better.
Oh, my accent. Yeah, I bet you do, baby.
I feel way better.
Yeah, cover your body because you don't have a shirt on, remember?
But you know, the back of my throat is still kind of hurt.
Yeah, well, it'll be good for no talking. Oh, yeah, your fever's way down. Cool, good. Go rest.
The back of my throat still hurts a lot.
Do you want some more tea? Do you want some hot water? What do you want? You want some lemon water?
No, I think it'll be fine later, like fixed, but I also have a really bad headache.
Okay, well, go lay down then and relax. Love you. Yeah, both. Israel and Palestine. All of it, all of it, all of it. We are one. We are all family. Okay, so let's go. In the higher dimensions, there is no duality. The duality is found only in a third dimensional reality, such as it is on Earth. This is a part of Earth's curriculum that must be understood before one can exit the third dimension and move to the higher realms. It's almost like the apple, right? Oh, yeah. Dude, my body was trying to get sick a couple weeks ago. Remember I made that garlic honey? It was delicious. Very good for my throat. The soul is bound to return to earth lifetime after lifetime until it grasps the concept of oneness, and this concept is assimilated into consciousness. So that concept is that there is no duality. None. There's no female, there's no male, there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no black, there's no white, there's no fat, there's no skinny, there's no duality at all. All is one. Can we repeat that? All is one. What is it again? Come on, my fellas. All is one. All is one. All is one. All is one. Both of these forces, the yin and yang, are within each of us. That is the two that became one. That is the merging of the male and feminine aspects of ourselves. It's not what religion teaches. We have taken it into a 3D world construct. A man and a woman come together and they become one and have a baby. No, no. The two become one, female, male, together, one. You have male and female inside of you right now. That is the reason for homosexuality. Because a person is maybe in a female body this time, but they have been a male body for the last 15 times. Of course, the female body is going to have inclinations towards another female because they have been a male numerous times. Does that make sense? I hope that can make sense to you guys. Both of these forces, the yin and yang, are within each of us. Our creative forces flow in the direction in which we focus our energy. For energy follows the path of least resistance. If we focus on feminine, we are aligning ourselves with the intuitive, creative thought process of receiving information and ideas. If we focus on the masculine, we are sending our energies to the outer directed creative process of building an action, for it is action that carries out creation. The way in which we are socialized often determines which of these two forces becomes more dominant in our outward behaviors. In Atlantis, the high priest and priestess walked the earth balanced in both their yin and yang energy fields. That is where we're getting. Okay? That's where we're getting. Let's do this. It's an individual journey. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. That is why the achievements of Atlantis were so great. Peace, prosperity, and happiness prevailed for centuries, and life was fulfilling to a degree unheard of today. It does, doesn't it, Madeline? Meow, meow. Only when the energies became unbalanced, causing doubt and darkness to creep in, did Atlantis fall. When Atlantis fell, the survivors threw themselves into fear and a fight for survival, both yang energy traits. The feminine energy was suppressed because the scattered masses forgot their power while having to meet the demands of daily routines. Darkness fell on their minds, and the rest is history. It has taken humanity over 10,000 years. 10,000 years. That's a long time. To scale the mountain once again. And even now, there are no guarantees that we will achieve the greatness we once knew. Today, the world is steeped in yang energy. Rest assured that if we are to achieve greatness in the future, we will accomplish it only if we can learn to restore the balance, the feminine and masculine energies within our souls. The world would be in an equal, okay, I'm getting this like little tidbit. So, Adam and Eve, the story, that put polarity between male and female, correct? everybody always thought, oh, woman, she sinned, which would cause a discrepancy between the two, which means it would be more friction for us to come together because female, evil. Do you get what I'm saying? It's all part of the sophists. The sophists are the people that take Sophia and tarnish it into their own liking. Agree with you, Zero. Agree with you. Yes. It's actually quite interesting about the Adam and Eve, which would roll with the Bible is created by man for controlled purposes. But if you read the teachings of John Cassian, there's also, and if you listen to Jesus, right, and the other prophets that are in the Bible, which I don't know why they put them in the Bible if there was an option for us to understand it, but maybe they thought that they could dumb us down so much by decalcifying our pineal gland, programming, fear. Maybe they thought they could do it enough. But don't they know that light doesn't win over dark? Or, I mean, dark doesn't win over light. I meant to say, apologies, erase that. Light wins always. Anyways, just information. Just information, you guys. That's what we're here to do. Learn. Tap into yourself. Who are you? Come on, bring some stuff to the table. I'm here for you. Watch. Good luck, have fun, don't die. He comes into the diner and he says, I'm here from the future. And I'm here to tell you that in the future, it goes really wrong. At this moment, there are a group of people who can help me save the world. At this moment, in this interaction, there's a group of people who can help I like, oh, bow down to me, I'm cool. No. I'm just the missionary. I'm nothing important other than being the missionary. There's a group of us, 144,000, strategically placed all over the globe, maybe even all over the cosmos. We can do it. We can make it happen. Yes, Lilith. Yes, interesting, right? We spoke about Lilith earlier today, about the owl. Okay. Where was I at? The world, okay. It has taken 10,000. The world would be in an equally disastrous dilemma if the focus of our attention became unbalanced in the direction of feminine energy as well. Our goal is to become balanced. Throughout time, the world has continued to honor more of the masculine principles. This has produced serious problems. One need only look around to see the seriousness of the situation. The problems are so great, in fact, that this unbalanced focus has created the possibility that the world could destroy itself in a nuclear war. That is an option of a timeline. Think about that. Yes, lighthouses. Lighthouses. Madeline, yes. Through aggression, assertiveness, and creation without spiritual balance with the God force within, humanity has limited itself severely and has created problems that threaten. Create problems that threaten life itself. This situation has come about because humans have not felt comfortable expressing and honoring the feminine side of existence. Kind of rolls with what I was talking about Adam and Eve, y'all. The extreme degree in which feminine energy is suppressed in the world today is demonstrated in some of its cultures. In some parts of the world, women are not allowed to eat at the same table as men, nor are they even allowed in the same rooms. In other cultures, female babies are murdered to assist in controlling the population. These outer behaviors mirror inner attitudes regarding the society's discomfort with feminine energy. Even though logical reasons are given that might convince people otherwise, rest assured that the true answer to why this is happening is found within. By examining the comfort felt with yin and yang energies, everything in the outer world only serves to mirror the universe within. Usually the individuals who choose to embody in these cultures are young souls who are living on earth primarily to experience duality and the expression of masculine or feminine energy. They have not yet learned in previous lives the value of integration and oneness and have a difficult time understanding its importance. Through many future lifetimes and or experiences, they eventually will understand the value of this integration. Okay, my question for this then is, will this existence cease to exist if I raise my frequency high enough to go into the different levels of experience? Like, is this level of existence relevant for those who are working through karma and getting through karma and alignment, yin and yang, polarity, the whole thing, learning, knowledge, wisdom, Sophia, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. But will this level of existence, the 3D world, what we all see, will it still exist if I ascend out of it? For real? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, will it always be? I don't know. Through many, okay. Break the shackles that bind them to their roles. Only then can they begin the journey into higher dimensions. So they have not yet learned in previous lives the value of integration and oneness and have a difficult time understanding its importance. Through many future lifetimes and or experiences, they eventually will understand the value of this integration, and only then will they begin to break the shackles that bind them to their roles. Only then can they begin the journey into the higher dimensions. When a culture is ready to evolve, old souls balanced in their male and female energies choose embodiment within that civilization. They are born, grow up among the ranks of the common folk, Christ, right? Interesting. They are born and grow up among the ranks of common folk and experience the restrictions of the culture. Then, when the time is right, their veils are lifted and they begin to remember the higher principles stored in their souls. They move to leadership positions and finally show the people a new way. Mahatma Gandhi was such a soul. To become a fifth dimensional leader, one must integrate male and female energies. The goal for all humanity who will enter into the new millennium, the Aquarian age, is to become androgynous. Male and female energies must become reunited. It is this reunification that will facilitate the creation of the Adam Kadmon. Because of the way men and women are socialized in the world, men are more in need of accepting the feminine energy than are women. More men than women are lacking in this connection and the spirituality and the values that go with it. Therefore, to achieve mastery, the men have a more difficult struggle ahead of them than do the women. If more men do not awaken and begin to balance the male and feminine energies within the embracing both of them, let me reread that, okay? If more men do not awaken and begin to balance the male and female energies within by embracing both of them, men will find themselves trailing behind women in evolution. This condition will raise women to leadership positions, moving them to politically powerful stations in life where they can rewrite the laws. Yes, this is what's happening. Soon. Hold the line. Okay, let's see. Keep in mind that this extreme position is not what is desired either. It's the balance that is ideal. If men choose not to evolve, however, they will bring the other extreme upon themselves. To acquire androgyny, we are placed continually in arenas that provide us with the experiences we need to learn while exhibiting appropriate male or female behaviors. These arenas serve to assure that 1, we have ample opportunities to master all tests of becoming androgynous. And we will exit from these arenas demonstrating command over all behavior options, whether they are traditionally male or female. According to Elizabeth H., in her book Initiation, ultimately we must master 12 pairs of opposite behaviors associated. How funny that it's 12. The 12 tribes has 2. that karma thing is just like a result that can appear in life or in the year after or in both places. Yes, Rodolfo, welcome back, my loved sister. Do you know yourself that life is too short? Why don't you reduce your research in a way like you should start reading the religious books first? I already have, revealers. I've read the religious books. Not all of them fluently. Like I didn't read the Torah fluently or the Kabbalah or the Zoroastrian ones. I would love to read the Silver Bible, which was the Bible for the Goths. But I've read a lot of religious material, and I really believe that religious material is base knowledge information. Really, Rodolfo, do tell. Why do you say that? Base level knowledge. Religion is base level knowledge. This is higher knowledge. This is something deeper for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. It's time to ascend higher, higher, higher. Don't keep playing in the roles that man has created for us to play in. There's more. Tell me, Rodolfo, why? Ultimately, we must master 12 pairs of opposite behaviors associated with stereotypical male or female behaviors. That's on page 177. It's the law of action. Okay. The following is a modified list from her work, which describes the opposite traits we must learn to command. And I'm excited to read this. Eee! Hello, Atuk. Welcome in. The following is a modified list from her work, which describes the opposite traits we must learn to command in order to balance the male and female energies within. Tests always require that we act from a calm and centered position. Patience, centeredness. 'Tis I. Lindsey is a very interesting character. I gotta tell you guys that. That's for damn sure. My smoothie is frozen. My smoothie is frozen. I had to freeze my smoothie because Michael decided to start eating smoothies every day with me. Look at this funny cashew. It kind of looks like a... Okay. We pass the tests when we learn the appropriate response to each unique situation, and only after we are comfortable exhibiting both sets of opposite behaviors. Okay. Feminine attributes, masculine attributes. Here they go. So we have to not only merge these two together in a resonance type of way, we also have to master them individually. Okay? Individually. So, feminine attributes, non-committal. The masculine attribute for that is committed. Okay? So think about these things. Feminine, open to all things. Masculine, resistant to change. Feminine, detached. Masculine, controlling. Feminine, silent. Masculine, talkative. Feminine, complaint. Masculine, ruling. Feminine, peaceful. Masculine, aggressive. Feminine, modest or humble. Masculine, self-assured. Feminine, responsive. Masculine, skeptical. Feminine, faithful. Masculine, independent. Feminine, cautious. Masculine, bold. Feminine, careful. Masculine, impulsive. Feminine, respect of life. Masculine, fearless. That's actually very interesting. Oh, really? Why? What did they say it was? Because I'm not familiar with androgynous. Isn't it somebody who considers themselves neither male or female? Right? I don't remember. Okay, so those 12. So listen now what it says. When we incorporate all 12 opposite pairs of behavior in our personalities, we reach more of our full human potential. Hold on. I want to self-analyze this, okay? So non-committal, yes. Committed, yes. Open to all things, yes. Resistant to change, yes. Detached, yes. Controlling, yes. Silent, yes. Talkative, yes. Complaint, yes. Ruling, yes. Peaceful, yes. Recently. Aggressive, yes. Modest, humble, recently, yes. Self-assured, iffy. So, okay, so there's one that I'm still obviously working on. So we're going to write that down. Modest, humble, and self-assured. See, I'm learning just as y'all are learning. That's why we're better together. That's why we rise together. Okay, let's see. I think you should give the first priority to those religion that possess one God in their doctrines because it sounds more rational, coherent, and logical. Can I ask you a question, revealers? Why does it sound more rational, coherent, and logical? Why? You know? Why? And if it sounds more rational, coherent, and logical to you, does that mean that it's like that to me or to them? And why would it be rational and coherent and logical? Because the sophists of the world have programmed us to believe these things? Buffering. Yeah, so my phone died. That's fun. Yay! So I'm back for just a minute though, because it's gonna end again. Oh, excuse me, I want to finish reading this. When we incorporate all 12 opposite pairs of behaviors into our personalities, we reach more of our full human potential. A clue as to which behaviors we need to master lies in the answer to the question, which behaviors am I least comfortable displaying? Okay, so we did the self-assured one. Responsive, skeptical, yes. Faithful, independent, yes. Independent as well. That one's an interesting. Careful, impulsive, respectful of life, and fearless. Which behaviors am I least comfortable displaying? If an individual normally does all the talking and has difficulty being silent, it is clear that he or she needs to learn to listen. If a person does not like confrontation and normally chooses to ignore all injustices because he or she cannot handle confrontation, this individual may be suppressing too much masculine energy and may need to get in touch with this power. In all cases, we as individuals, hello, hello, Ayaz. Hello, Nathan. We as individuals know on a soul level what it is that we need to learn, as does the higher self. Whatever our weak areas are, rest assured that the arenas will be brought to us in which to practice so that we emerge victorious in mastering all behaviors related to our full human potential. Makes sense. Masters act with ease in all situations. They know how to manage all energy patterns within and display all behaviors with ease, depending upon the situations in which they find themselves. Ultimately, peace reigns within when one rules both male and female energies. This is truth. Masters also choose what they think, say, and feel at all times, rather than allow the emotions of others to dictate how they should behave. Therefore, these testing arenas are necessary for our development so that we may practice behaving in all ways that help to develop our mastery. Okay? Entry into the fifth dimension requires that one be calm, centered, and in charge of the mental and emotional bodies at all times. When one learns to master both the feminine and male energy patterns within, one is prepared for the ascension into the fifth dimension. Only then is the higher self able to integrate itself into the lower 8 bodies. By balancing our feminine and masculine energies, we assist Mother Earth to restore her balance of yin and yang energy as well. The sons and daughters of light will rise again and walk the face of the earth in the seventh golden age as living masters. Simply put, the integration of male and female energies will mean that individuals will be masters of all circumstances that rise to challenge them. All energy must be integrated so that it may in turn become integrated into oneness to facilitate God consciousness. Interesting. So then there's a summary. Let's read the summary that brings it all together, and then we're going to stop the live. Stop in the name of the live. Just kidding. Oh, I hear Baron. The concept of the fifth dimension is difficult for us to understand since access to the fifth dimension is not provided by the five senses and therefore is not considered to be a normal part of our experience. We begin with the understanding that everything in the universe is energy and that it can be measured and reduced to numbers. Every particle, thought, word, object, experience, or emotion has its own vibratory frequency and can be measured independently. In the third dimension, there are 7 dimensions which exist simultaneously that we can begin to comprehend. Each dimension is made up of 7 levels that constitute a unique curriculum and a set of understandings to be gained. When we learn these curricula, we are free to move on to the higher levels of existence. Each of the 7 levels within a dimension has a vibrational range unique to that level, and each of the 7 levels can be broken down into 7 further divisions. The 7th dimension include the following. The first dimension, mineral kingdom. The mineral kingdom has a harmonic range of 1 to 7 frequencies, and it is the lowest solidification of thought form. Second dimension, plant kingdom. The plant kingdom includes the harmonic range of 8 to 14